All right, guys, welcome back to another Real Talk episode. Today, we're going to be taking a look and unboxing of the Springfield Armory Emissary right here. That actually is my dream 1911 with one caveat, which we'll talk about here in a second. But as you might be able to notice, it is sporting the new Agency Arms AOS, or Optic Mounting System, I believe it stands for, or Agency Optic System, something like that. So on a 1911 from the factory, you can mount with the agency plates, whatever kind of red dot you want. So pretty cool bringing the old school 1911 platform into the 21st century, and this thing just looks absolutely phenomenal. So let's take a peek straight down at the bench. But before we do and go over what came in the box, I first want to say thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. If you guys do want to support the channel, there's two ways to really do so. First one being brownells.com. They are the biggest sponsor of the channel. You could use bro code RDB10, or if they have a better sale going on the website, if you use the link in the description, it still gives me credit for that sale. So big shout out to everybody who goes over there to Brownells and shows them some love. Second of all, you could like, comment, or subscribe. As I always say, even if you're just talking shit in the comment section, guys, it helps. So big shout out to everybody who engages with the video and helps it get pushed further in the anti-gun algorithm. Now, with that being said, Springfield did send me this pistol. So full disclosure, I haven't even shot it yet. I just got it today. But I think it is such a cool little, I think it's a great theory, bringing a modern setup like red dots to an old school 1911, obviously designed in 1911. The Emissary is a newer lineup for Springfield, or new-ish, I guess. The all-black Cerakoted version is newer than the old school Emissary that was a two-tone, I believe it was. But anyhow, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. Let's just get right into it. All right, guys, so as you can see, it comes in a pretty standard Springfield Armory box, but inside we do have their little range bag that they sell guns in now. I guess it's better than having a hard case, because you might actually throw the gun in this and then throw it in a bigger pack or a bigger container that you go to the range with. Inside you have the pistol itself. It does have two mags, one in the gun right here. This is chambered in 9mm for you guys wondering. Again, that was the caveat I mentioned earlier. This really is my dream 1911, but obviously the actual 1911 should be chambered in 45 ACP or God's caliber, but we didn't get to choose which one were sent to us. So obviously I'm still grateful Springfield sent this to me. But again, I'm going to give you guys my full honest opinion on it. Now, right out of the box, you guys will be able to tell. I'll zoom in a little bit for you just to get a better view of this. The fit and finish on this is absolutely phenomenal. This thing looks amazing. It feels really great. With one caveat again, initial impressions are the grip is a little thin for what I'm used to with a 1911. Again, being that it's chambered in 9mm, I would rather have this chambered in 45 ACP. But again, beggars can't be choosers. I'm very happy I got one of these to try out. It is just a really smooth and clean looking gun. Looks like a very RoboCop feel. I love the full length rail. That is something that I absolutely am a complete sucker for. I really love that look, that flush fit rail. And again, the fit and finish on this, absolutely phenomenal. Kind of like a grenade pattern texturing here on the grip. Really nice flat, matte Cerakote on here. Got a little bit of reflectivity to it, but not too much, not too much whatsoever. On the other side, we got Springfield Armory, their logo. And again, it's got a bull barrel in the front. It actually has this portion right here. As you can see, usually there's a gap, like on the Prodigy, I believe there is, as well as a lot of other 2011s or 1911s. There's a little gap there. So they have a little shim in there between your guide rod and your bull barrel, which this thing does sport a bull barrel. So you can see right there, that's a 9mm bull barrel. Very, very nice barrels. It looks very similar to the Prodigy barrel. And that barrel is super accurate. So I would assume this is going to be the same case. But again, 0 shots on this. Just picked it up today. So very excited. It looks like we have a painted yellow front sight here. And then probably a tritium underneath that, I'm guessing, with the blacked out rear serrated back sight. Again, I'm not reading the specs. It's not my style really, guys. So sorry if you're a spec guy. Just go ahead over to Springfield's website and it'll give you all the specs. But it doesn't give me a brand on these, but I'm sure someone's making these for them. I'd be really surprised if they made these in-house. But got some really nice serrations on the top 2 angles right here. I do wish they continued down the side of the slide a little bit, because unless you're doing like a really specific, kind of top press check, you don't get a lot of that, unfortunately. Like when you just grab the side of the slide, it's pretty smooth right there. But again, you can't really argue with the aesthetics of this thing. It is phenomenally good looking. So with that being said, I also, just a few things I love. Full length rail, fit and finish is phenomenal. I love that you can mount a red dot to it, because that's a requirement for me to carry any gun seriously, is to be able to mount a red dot up on there. Also, rear serration's pretty good. I like that they're angled. We'll go over the Optic mounting system in a second. We'll throw on a red dot. I'm still trying to decide between the 509 that you see right here. This is a very old one, or another very old 508T that I haven't been using on another build. So I'm trying to decide between these two. I think I'm probably gonna go with the 508T. Might look better. But before we get into all that mounting and stuff, let's just finish going over the pistol, my first impression. So it's very heavy in the hand. It is definitely a very, like, you feel it in your hand. It feels really good. I'm an old school type, so when I feel something heavy, typically the heavier it is, the more like quality it feels, right? When you feel like a thick gold chain versus like a cheap hollow gold chain or even a fake one, that's kind of, this feels like the real thick gold chain. That's what that feels like in the hand. One thing I immediately noticed is that the safety is only on the left side of the gun. Now, not a huge issue because 99.9% of people who are buying these guns are going to be right-handed, so not a huge issue. If you're a lefty, yeah, it kind of sucks, I guess, there. Or just upgrade it. Probably a cheap little upgrade you can add. So, but it did surprise me it wasn't ambidextrous, but it is very tactile. Feels really good. Got some nice knurling on it, so you get a good grip on it. And when you're gripping the pistol, it feels just about right. Same, looks like the same exact almost slide release as the Prodigy has, so that's okay. You just can't really reach it. Even with a thinner grip, you still can't really reach it during a reload without breaking your grip, unfortunately. But again, this gun is just total vibes. I love that this trigger guard is squared off and it's not super rounded. I really like that look right there. And I also love that the trigger is just like solid, and it's got two little curves at the top and bottom, but for the most part, it is like a solid, almost, yeah, flat face trigger style with the tiny little gentle curve at the top and bottom. But yeah, same with the slide release. Again, it's pretty small, so if you want to hit that when the slide's locked to the rear, and I know you're not supposed to do this, but this is my normal shooting grip. There's no way, and I got short thumbs with a big hand, so I definitely got to break the grip. Sorry, everybody who just cringed at me doing that. Anyways, grip texture, amazing. It doesn't feel too aggressive like when you rub your fingers over it. So like if you're carrying this in the appendix carry, it's not going to really hurt your stomach or be abrasive and like sandpaper all your stomach hair off. But definitely when you get your hand on it, it just the little fat in your hand just sinks into the grip, and it just really feels nice in the hand. So I'm a big fan of that. Obviously, great 2011 grip angle. Skeletonized hammer trigger. Let's go to the trigger together, guys. Make sure we're clear. Let's back this out a little bit so you guys can see a little better. Okay, we are clear. Safety's off. Pulling straight back. Okay, very nice. I'd say it's probably 4.5 to 5.5 pounds, just off my guess. Short and tactile reset, a little gritty, but that's definitely going to break in just like the Prodigy did. Yeah, nice crisp break. What else would you expect with a 2011? A little bit of long on the travel and the reset, but I'm sure this trigger, just like the Prodigy, is going to break in really nicely. With that being said, I think we covered most of it. Oh, let's continue with the unboxing now that I went over the entire gun and my thoughts on it. That's my ADHD kicking in. So I don't believe that if you buy this gun, you're going to get all these plates with it. I think it's because this is a reviewer package. I got all the different Optic plates with it, so they didn't have to ask me what Optic I wanted to use with it. So we'll set those aside for right now. We'll come back to that. Comes with a secondary magazine. So I believe these are 8-round 9mm magazines. We will confirm that before the video is over. And then it looks like a little Allen key for the Optic plate, which we won't be using. And then the Springfield lock that they send with all their pistols. I never use them because I have a safe, but it's good if you don't have a safe, I suppose. All right, that being said, let's get to undoing this iron sight plate and putting on an Optic. All right, so to mount up a red dot to this, I got my Weehaw tools out and my fix-it sticks here. So we're just going to undo this plate that comes with the gun. And again, the plate that comes with the gun is really nice. It's got this nice little, I guess you'd call it serrations. They're just long ways on the top of the slide there that run all the way back, and they match up on the plate with the slide rather. So I think it looks really good for what it is. And the rear sight on the rear sight plate is pretty pronounced. So if you need to do single, one-handed manipulations and rack the slide with this thing, it looks like you could do that. Okay, I'm noticing, okay, so it's got a little bit of a lip in the back here. You guys can see that. So it angles into the slide, probably gives it a little bit more rigidity. So when you pull it out, you got to pull it up from the front first. Let's set that aside and let's pull out our plates here. So these are the plates they sent it with. Some screws as well that are already pre-Loctited on there. Again, I don't believe that this is going to come with every Emissary or every AOS. I highly doubt it because these plates get pretty expensive. Actually, I think the last time I bought one for my Prodigy was, I think around $90. So I'm going to guess this is the RMR footprint one right here because that's what it looks like. Doesn't have any labels on it besides a part number, A14B it says. So we're going to find out real quick. This should be the one. And let's see if this guy fits on here. Oh, yes, it does. So I haven't really completely committed to this yet, but let's see what this looks like on here. Put the back part in first. And again, this optic is just sitting on the plate, so I'm going to have to remove it. But that looks pretty darn good. There is a little bit of a gap on this hollow sun in the front and in the back where the plate sits, but I think that's by design. Yeah, let me just experiment with what this would look like on here. There's screws in it, but you get the point. I just don't like the idea of mounting a plate to an optic. There's just too many, I think a few too many failure points there. So they are the same size star bit as the top plate mount was. We're just gonna get these snug real quick. I'm not sure what the torque setting is, but when I'm unsure with a plate system like this, I would probably aim for around 18 to 25, but I like to go a little bit high on the torque side just to be sure. And I know they say you can strip your stuff, but again, I just like to go 25 inch-pounds. So there's 25 inch-pounds there on the plate. All right, so now that we got the Armory plate hooked up, it's got our backup rear iron sight right there. It's still the same serrated, blacked out rear iron sight. We're gonna go ahead and throw on the 508T from Hollow Sun. And before we do, we're just gonna throw a little blue Loctite on these screws. Even though they already have some on there, I just always like to be extra safe. Okay, they got a little bit on there already, so we're just gonna roll with it actually. There we go, finger tight, and that thing looks phenomenal. Let's send it home with our Fix-It Sticks inch-pound torque wrench here, and let's do about 18 inch-pounds here. There's about 18. Really, you should alternate going back and forth. I'm a little jaded, and I like to send it just up to 20 just in case. So there you go. There you have it, guys. That is the Optic installed on a 1911 thanks to Springfield and their brand new AOS, their partnership with Agency Arms and their plates. Really sick setup, looks really great. Can't wait to get a light on here and actually take it to the range and see how it shoots. If there's anything specifically you guys want to know about this gun, please let me know down in the comments below. That's pretty much going to be it for today. Again, really smooth slide, slide to frame fitment, very smooth, very tight fitment there. But the slide feels amazing. Feels like it's floating on glass. I do feel a tiny bit of stickage in the back, but again, might just be Cerakote that needs to be broken in or shot a little bit or racked a little bit to kind of work that free. So that's going to wrap it up for today, guys. If you guys want to support the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. Even if you're just talking shit down in the comments, it still helps. And then also Brownell's RDB10 saves you guys 10% off over there. So go ahead, head on over there, use the link in the description, show them some love and support the channel at the same time. Thank you so much, guys. Christ is King. Thank you for watching to the end of the video, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. Love you guys.